safe, Vanessa?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Bill.
Thank you.
We will call to order this June 8, 2021 meeting of Lawrence County Board of Commissioners. All please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Joe, would you lead us in the pledge?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And all please remain standing for a brief moment of silence. Thank you. Vanessa, please call the roll.
Commissioner Steelvogel?
Here.
Commissioner Vogler?
Here.
Commissioner Boyd?
Here. We have a quorum. I will note that we are being live streamed, being sent out to our YouTube channel right now. Any member of the public who's watching via the YouTube channel and wishes to make public comment but doesn't wish to come in, whether due to disability or due to any other personal reason they might have, can submit such comment to mboyd@lawrencecountypa.gov. That's mboyd@lawrencecountypa.gov. Please include the subject line "public comment." We'll treat it as such. We're also being recorded internally for our purposes of compiling the minutes. Row officer reports and comments. We have one representative row officer here with us today, Mr. Prestipine with the Controller's Office. Dave, do you have anything to report above and beyond what's already on the agenda?
I do not.
Awesome, thank you. Public comments. Is there any member of the public who wishes to make comment? I am shocked. Forward.
Settle down,
Um,
all of you.
We'll move on to fiscal and contractual, and again, Boyd at lawrencecountypa.gov. Fiscal and contractual, no advertising or bids or proposals. We do have receipt of bids or proposals for ADA improvements in Union Township. Dave, if you want to approach the bench, if you want to drag a chair up, I see there's not one there too. If you want to sit down, stand up.
Okay, we only got one bid. It's from Jen Building Contractors and Developers in Newcastle, Pennsylvania.
Never heard of him.
Okay.
This is for the record, while we're searching for the number, this is CDBG related, directly related to Union Townships, CDBG allocations. This project is not determined by the county, nor is it funded by the county. It's merely administered by us. Thank you, Becky.
Yes.
I have a total base bid of $32,465.
All right, questions, comments from my colleagues on that one? No. I'll take a motion to table the bid and send it to review by the appropriate administrative officials.
So moved.
Second, we have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, question on the motion. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you so much.
No problem.
No fiscal reports, no report on quotes. We do have a warrant register from June 4th and June 7th for our review. I'll give my colleagues a minute to look those over, and I'll take a motion to accept and file the warrant register.
Thank you, sir. Then I will make that motion for approval of both.
Second. Motion is second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, question on the motion. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Up next, the minutes. Again, I'll give my colleagues a minute to review those and take a motion to approve or make any necessary changes.
So moved. Dan is looking perplexed.
I'm fine. What had me thrown for a loop, and I've since seen it, up at the top, you and I are listed in bold, and I couldn't find Commissioner Boyd's name. And here he's in there, but they didn't bold you. So later on, okay. Anyway, I will second. I'm caught up. Thank you. Because I thought to myself, you were here.
You were here?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think just as I call it to order, I put me in a different section.
Yes.
That's maybe if you hold to the.
Sure.
Thanks. Not that it matters that much, but just for.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, we have a motion second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none. Question on the motion. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We have presentation of written communications and Act 14 notification for a WQM permit application for CMAX Construction Materials Atlantic LLC. Site is located in Wampum Borough. I'll read the first line here. CMAX Construction Materials Atlantic LLC, which is CMAX, hereby provides notification of intent to apply for the Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection for a water quality management permit application for modifications to the Wampum CMAX cement plant located at 2001 Portland Park in Wampum Borough, Lawrence County. No change in land use or earth disturbance is proposed as part of this project. As I always do, I'll note that the Board of Commissioners has no approval authority over this permit. We're simply required to be notified under the law that this company is applying for said permit. Actual approval authority rests, in this case, with the Department of Environmental Protection. But I'll take a motion to accept and file written correspondence.
So moved.
Second.
Motion to second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. Question on the motion. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. No proclamations or certificates for today. Staff reports. Any member of staff here that has anything to report above and beyond what's already on the agenda? Seeing none. Commissioner reports and comments. Looks like I'm on deck first today. Very briefly, I just want to extend a very public and very warm welcome back to our Veterans Affairs Director, Jesse Putnam, who is back from a tour of duty, serving with the United States military over in the Middle East. Her department worked very well in her absence. That being said, she was greatly missed. One of the better run departments in the courthouse, not saying any departments run poorly, but they do a great job over there in the Veterans Office. And we're certainly happy to have her back. The only other thing I'll note is right now we are $10,000 over budget for jail overtime. They've spent $110,000 roughly in overtime. They were only budgeted for $10,000. I have no idea why it was paid out.
100,000.
Oh, yes, 100. Yeah, they're $10,000 over.
Yes.
Total budget of $100,000. I have no idea how it was paid out because we didn't transfer any money. But I am working on that now. And on that note, Dan, you're on deck next.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I concur with your comments about Jessie. It is good to have her back.
Yes.
She said she's enjoying wearing civilian clothes.
Yes.
But it is nice to have her back. Glad she got back safely.
Yes.
The only other thing, on somewhat of a more sad note, within the last week, one of our local community leaders passed away, Florence Braden, who served for many years as the mayor of the borough of Enid Valley, passed away. And she wore a lot of hats down there, was a strong community leader, and was well respected throughout the county. She was a good ambassador for Enid Valley Borough. So our sympathy to her family and friends. She will be missed. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Absolutely. Thank you. And Loretta.
And yes, welcome back to Jessie, most definitely. And I did not know the mayor, but that's one thing with Dan. I always say, you're our historian, and there's always a story behind whatever whatever topic you choose to speak on, and that's it helps us that are new that are here that we don't have that history, but yes, most definitely, she served her community well. A pioneer, as you said back in the day. Yes, as a female mayor.
Right.
And I'll just add that our sports teams continue. Last week, our winners in baseball and softball, created, I believe for the first time in history, every county school district has a WPIAL championship.
No kidding.
Every one of them.
Or a champion, because I know like Wilmington's in District 10 as opposed to Whitfield.
Yes, correct. Yes. Their district championship. Yes, that I just think that's noted that whatever the sport is, whether male or female, team, relay, individual, that those district championships are there, and I think that's great. And actually, the three WPIAL championships, the boys baseball teams, Newcastle, Union, and Shenango, the three of them have moved on to the quarterfinals of the state, as well as Laurel girls softball. So continued success and keep moving on, keep getting those wins. Thank you all very much for your dedication to your sport and those coaches that get paid pennies on the dollar for the time and energy devoted to those kids.
Just as long as they keep beating Mercer.
Okay, very good.
You know, there's something in the water in Lawrence County.
I'm telling you, it's great. Good news, good news. All right.
Up next, we have, two resolutions for the jail. We have resolution for discussion and possible approval to extend the residential substance abuse treatment program grant due to COVID-19, and a resolution for discussion and possible approval to extend the county jail-based Vivitrol grant, due to COVID-19. Because Commissioner Spielvogel is the chairwoman of the prison board, I'll turn this portion of the circus over to her.
Never a dull moment here, right, Lisa? We do have, Lisa, Zarella. My mind went.
That's
She is the counselor in charge of that programming. And again, this is continuation of dollars that are available for the county to use to continue those services for those inmates that do come in with a substance abuse addiction. And it allows them to have the treatment continue, whether it be methadone, Suboxone,
no, it's just the Vivitrol.
just the Vivitrol.
Yes, this
Okay,
is
so
just for the
both
Vivitrol.
different pots of money
Right.
for that to continue.
Correct, yes.
And we are glad to have you considered, you're going to stay on and continue to run the program as
Yes.
well as it has been done in the past. And
Yes.
thank you for keeping that rolling and going and for the timely submission of everything that needs to be done. So I think it's great that it continues on and we move forward with that. Yes.
Questions, comments?
No, thank you for joining us today.
Yes, absolutely.
My
Thank you, Lisa. We'll make those resolution 2021 dash
114 and 115.
4 and 2021 115. Next up, relatively mundane ones. You can take off if you.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you.
Budget amendment, make this 116. This is just for public safety. Reads, therefore be resolved by Lawrence County Board of Commissioners to amend the 2021 Lawrence County budget as follows. Increasing the EMA pre-disaster mitigation revenue account by $17,737.50, and increasing the EMA pre-disaster mitigation expense account by $17,737.50. We got some more grant money.
Right.
Pretty straightforward. Questions, comments on that?
No, sir.
Anybody, is Parrish back from his road trip?
I don't
Oh,
know.
I would be guessing if I said he was here or not. I don't know.
I don't believe.
I don't think he is because Fran emailed me and he was supposed to be here for a presentation to Chad Strobel today and she asked.
Oh, that's correct.
Next week, so I'm assuming he's not back.
Okay.
Just curious. We have 2 admin transfers, 1 personnel from $25 from their contingency, the materials and supplies. Because they just have the current expense of $25. And then the second one I had this put on, the coroner has actually done, I do want to comment on this, he's done a phenomenal job controlling his costs in terms of hospital postmortems and autopsies. He's been at the forefront. There's different
Yes.
ways that he can determine the cause and manner of death of deceased individuals in Lawrence County. And while previously our hospital postmortem costs were substantial, that's where we send, I can't pronounce them, cadavers,
Cadavers.
to be analyzed using an autopsy. They've been able to come up with different methods that work just as well. As a result of that, the total cost to the county, I want to say the budget was around $125,000 for that. And RJ has only expended about 25% of that halfway through the year. And so they have been doing a phenomenal job on that. So that being said, he is a little bit over in his vehicle expense. That's due to they purchased a van and are doing actual removals, which is a revenue generator for the coroner's office and for the county. And then also my anticipation is they'll be over on travel and training. And so we're just taking $5,000 here from the hospital postmortem where we actually have a significant surplus, moving into vehicle expense and moving into travel and training. Any questions on that?
No questions.
I'll take a motion to approve the administrative transfers.
So moved.
Second.
Motion second, is there any discussion, hearing none, questions on the motion, hearing none, questions on the motion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign, motion carries. Up next, we'll do, amend the agenda, we have a motion to amend the agenda to allow for voting on resolution 2021-114 through 2021-116.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second, is there any discussion, hearing none, question on the motion, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign, motion carries. We'll move through these as expeditiously as possible. First on deck, resolution 2021-114. Now therefore be it resolved. The authorization is given to execute, submit, and sign the necessary grant modification through the Pennsylvania Commission on Crime and Delinquency. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, question on the motion, Vanessa, please call the roll.
Commissioner Steelvogel?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyd?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Resolution 2021-115, now therefore be resolved by Lawrence County Board of Commissioners that authorization is given to execute, submit, and sign necessary grant modification to Pennsylvania Commission on Crime and Delinquency. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, question on the motion, Vanessa, please call the roll.
Commissioner Steelvogel?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyd?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Resolution 2021-116, now therefore be resolved by Lawrence County Board of Commissioners to amend the 2021 Lawrence County budget as follows, increasing EMA pre-disaster mitigation revenue account by $17,737.50 and increasing EMA pre-disaster mitigation expense account by the same amount. Reason, Lawrence County Mitigation Plan Update, professional services, we received more grant funding. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
The motion is second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, question on the motion, Vanessa, please call the roll.
Commissioner Steelvogel?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyd?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. No ordinances today. Announcements. Next Commissioners meeting will be held on 10 a.m. on June 15th, 2021 in the Commissioners meeting room. Next prison board meeting, I think we're going to schedule a special one as opposed to having that one at noon. So we'll hold off on a formally making that announcement. There were 2 vacancies for the Lawrence County Airport Authority Board. This is the second announcement on that under county code or under county ordinance. We're required to make those announcements twice. Any applicants must submit to a background check. Applicants may apply either through email to Board of Commissioners, or they can come here and say that they're interested in the position. And lastly, the courthouse will be closed on Monday, June 14th, in observance of Flag Day. Anything I'm missing?
That covers it.
That's it.
Anything further from anybody in the room?
No, sir.
All right, I'll take a public comments. Anybody in the public you're wishing to make a comment? All right, you can submit additional public comments. I just didn't want to leave anybody out. Additional public comments can be made to mboyd@lawrencecountypa.gov. That's mboyd@lawrencecountypa.gov. Please include the subject line public comment, and it'll be entered into the record as such. Take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, question on the motion. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Lawrence County Board of Commissioners adjourned.
Thank you.
Jump fast and quick.
Very good.
I don't think next week's gonna be that quick. It's just
got a
a
lot?
heads up, there's a lot.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
not here Monday.